wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. Yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the VOW Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We gonna shut this shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. La-di-da-di, let's get started like it's a big-time party. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here on the Value of Wrestling with your Monday Night Raw post-show review for June 10, 2024. We are here. I am the Big Time, along with my co-host tonight, the one, the only, Paulus Clarke. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once everything gets up running and tell me it's running smoothly, running like peanut butter and jelly, we can get this show started. La-di-da-di, party started, everything looking good. Anybody out there watching, let us know what you see, if everything looks good on your end, so we know. I think we're there. I think we're good. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Monday Night post-show review. You're welcome to join in the conversation, vote in the poll, join in the chat. We had a very interesting Raw. This is your Raw going into the Clash of the Castle, and this is probably the Raw where we got to say goodbye, so long, adios to one Ricochet. I think this is probably, with the events that happened tonight, the end of Ricochet in WWE, at least for now. Is there a future? Is there a return? Something changed? Who knows? But it definitely looks like they put Ricochet out. They wrote him off. It's time to say goodbye, farewell to Ricochet. Anyways, we open the show tonight with Drew McIntyre. Drew wants to know who is ready for a new champion. He wants Priest, but he knows where Priest is, there must be a Judgment Day nearby. Here comes Damian Priest, who comes out with Balor and JD McDonough. Priest tells Drew he has hit his shot, but he's still making excuses. Last week, Priest made it personal. Why? Because he played Drew's game. Drew made it personal by saying he needs Judgment Day to be champion. This title isn't theirs, it is his. He's going into Drew's territory and put him down. And as much as he loves his crew, he doesn't need them to be champion. He is champion because he is Damian Priest. Drew says his title belongs to him, but Priest tells him to give it a rest. He'll make this real simple. How about tonight, Drew versus Finn? If he wins, Judgment Day will be barred from ringside. But when Finn wins, he wants them there front and center to have the honor of watching him beat Drew in his hometown. And Drew says he's down. This is your opening segment. It was decent. The only bad part here is Damian Priest. It's not the best on the mic. There's little times where he starts stepping on his toes. He kind of stumbled in a couple places in this, and I've caught this a couple times where he starts going and he stumbles. In this moment, Damian Priest has been great on the mic before. It's just in this moment, whether it's under the major spotlight of the main event, whether it's Drew, whether it's being more of a focal point. If it's more with him in the group of Judgment Day and Mommy and everything, I think he does a little better. But when he is the focal point, I feel he kind of stumbles here. He gets a little frazzled, maybe. I don't know. Tonight was not the best, and I think last time I saw him, he kind of had that same little hiccup. He started saying something, and then he had to reset himself and get back on track. So it's minor, but I don't know. Damian Priest, sometimes I feel like he looks like a fish out of water a little bit. I love him. He definitely deserves to be in this place, but I don't know. Hopefully what I've said goes, because I think Damian Priest needs a little more run with the title, but I do feel like maybe the title is trying to make the man more than the man trying to make the title in times. Your thoughts?
Yeah. My thoughts are this is telegraphing what we're going to see at Clash at the Castle, but we'll talk about that when we get to more of the later parts of the show.
Yeah. I think we know what's going to happen. I think I see it coming from my way. I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's just going to make sense.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how it needs to play out. But we'll see. Anyways, we head to the back, and we find Liv Morgan in the Judgment Day locker room. Dominic Mysterio's there. She goes, no man as handsome as him or as stunning as him or whatever it was should be calling any woman mommy. It should be her calling him daddy. I don't even know what to say about that. She tries to give Dom her room key. He doesn't take it, but she still leaves it behind. And the show pretty much turned into a big part of Judgment Day and Liv's room key. So, I mean, for the goobers, for the goons, for the basement dwellers, for those ones that are all Well, Miguel Z, since you asked, Marty Richards is your daddy. Thank you. Have a nice day. Come again.
Oh, jeez.
Since you wanted to go there and put that statement out there, that's your daddy. Marty Richards is your daddy. You will see him Saturday. Anyway,
at least your father figure.
Yes. You're going to have your own patriarchy. I guess you can be Nick Wayne.
Oh, I'm just going to say this just about this small segment. About the show overall, actually, for Dom. Today was not a bad day to be Dom. And I'll leave it at that.
Only to see my son run. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move into the first match of the night. Thank you for joining us. Join us in the chat. Join us in the conversation. Vote in the poll above. Thank you for being here. Anyways, Lyra Valkyrie versus Io with Sky tonight. This is a rematch from the Queen of the Ring tournament. Io Sky corners Lyra and sends her down hard by her head. She slaps her around and steps on her ponytail until the ref stops her. Io attacks some more with kicks to the back, then to the chest. She grabs her by the head, whip to Lyra into the corner. Lyra flips out, trips Io over, hits the ropes, drop kick to Io. She hooks the hips, Northern Lights for a pin, a 2 kick out. Io with a hard slap high knee from Lyra. She beats down on the back, then hits a few more knees. Leg layer misses. Io flips a side kick, gets caught. Lyra shoots the GS and turns Io onto her back and lifts her arm, pulling her up into a submission. And this is a vicious submission. Yeah. Was this the one where she started swinging her? She locked her up in a I don't know what you call the submission. It just started swinging her back and forth between her legs. I was just like, damn, that sucks. Eventually, she releases Io kicks her in the mouth. She drives to the rope. She dives to the ropes, but Io backs up, catches her, and pulls her out. Io to the apron, outside moonsault. We go to commercial break. Back, Lyra is bouncing off the ropes with a springboard crossbody. Lyra with a clothesline, a spin kick, then a push, then a missed kick, then a leg lariat. Lyra to the top rope, missile drop kick. She hooks the legs. Fisherman covered for 2. Lyra tries for a German eel, flips her into the buckle, knee to the back of the knee backbreaker. Io to the top rope, moonsault, lands on her feet. Lyra with a fisherman. Io slides down. Lyra sits into a pin for a 2. Not this time. Io with a stomp, cover for 2. Drop toe hold to Lyra. Springboard. Lyra catches her. Nightwing cover for 2. She kicks out. Dakota stops the pin. Well, she didn't kick out. Dakota stops the pin. But the ref doesn't see it. Lyra hits the rope. Drop to Kyra and Dakota. Lyra to the top rope. She was going to go after Kyrie and Dakota. But Io hits the ropes. Falls into the corner. Running knees. Io to the ropes, over the moonsault. The knees are up. Lyra with the tornado DT, Nightwing attempt, but Io pulls her hair, then rolls her into a crucifix spin. For the 1, 2, 3, this is a decent match for Lyra and Io Sky. Hopefully we'll get to see some more of this. This could be a pay-per-view event caliber match at some point. It was a good, fun match. It went 10 minutes, 25 seconds. After the match, Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane attacked and leave the ring. But Io wants to get her licks in, so runs back in the ring and attacks until Chance and Carter come down to make the save. And we're going to talk a little more about Io, because Io has a fit later in the show. But good, solid match here between these two women. Everything's kind of floating in the air. I don't know what you do with Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. I know Asuka's out with injury right now. And so, yeah, and Io Sky is kind of floating in the world. I guess we have to wait to see. Lyra Valkyrie still looking good, even in a loss. This was a comeback win for Io after losing in the Queen of the Ring tournament. We got to see match number 3, hopefully soon, maybe at Clash at the Castle.
What trips me out is the fact that they're building Io Sky better now that she's not the champion, than when she was the champion. I'm like, what gives? I mean, I'm glad they're doing it, but I just don't understand.
Yes. We head backstage where Dominic Mysterio is sitting in deep thought with the picture of Rhea behind him. And in comes Carlito, Finn Balor, and JD. Dom tells them Liv was in there earlier and gave him a key. Carlito says, that's cool. Backstage, we find The Miz. He's looking for R-Truth. He asks Sami Zayn. Sami has not seen. Ask Sami if he's seen Truth. Sami says no. As Sami is walking, he walks over to Maxine and Akira is out and asks if they are okay. Maxine says she's been better, but they're okay. Sami apologizes, asking if they watched the footage back from last week. Maxine says yes. He doesn't want to sound like a broken record, but he reminds them that they don't have to take this. In comes Otis to stare Sami down. Sami says he'll see Otis in the ring tonight. Otis says he lost it. It won't happen again. Let him explain. Sami says no, he gets it. He's been through this. He knew his reasons, though. He's not sure why Otis still does. Otis says at one time he had it all. Then he lost it. His briefcase, his peach, and his boy Tucky. He lost it all. So interesting references to his Money in the Bank contract, the Mandy Rose, his peach reference, and Tucker Knight, his former tag team partner. We got at least 2 of the 3 references in this that were very interesting to reference Tucker and Mandy Rose in that. So I thought that was interesting. Gable was there. He is his family. Maxine is his family. Akira is his family. Without Gable, he has nothing. With them, he has family. He has family. I guess Otis is the Stitch of WWE right now. It's family. Ohana. Ohana means family.
The fact that Otis called Maxine his sister, I was like, really? I thought y'all were supposed to be dating, at least on screen.
I don't know what the relationship is.
Alpha Calvin. I understood why he called. I understand why he called, Tozawa his brother. I got that. But Maxine's your sister? Really? Oof.
Anyways, Sami yells at Otis, saying that Gable's words are not true. Otis is special. He hopes one day he can see it for himself. Okay. Backstage, Priest asks Dom about what happened earlier. Finn says, don't worry about it. The key is right here. I hear banjos. You know what? Marty Richards is going to play a banjo for you, Mr. Z. And banjos don't have anything to do with that. Do you even remember what the banjos mean? I mean, I think you got your references wrong. The banjos were more about a movie about a river called Deliverance, and whole different era. Now, if you would have made an Arkansas or Alabama reference, maybe it would have been a little better. But anyways, we're asked about the key. Priest looks at the empty table and says, "Where is it?" Everybody leaves. So the key, the hotel key to Liv Morgan's room, is all of a sudden missing again. Look at a video package of Ludwig Kaiser where he's doing his best Christian impression in his favorite turtleneck. He's just a mouthpiece. He says he's not just a mouthpiece, but he beat Sheamus. He will not be taken lightly. He's designed for greatness and belongs at the top, and says he will win the Money in the Bank briefcase. We know next Monday, the beginning of the qualifying matches for those to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match will start taking place.
Keep that viciousness up. I mean, he's looking good.
He's looking good.
And then just
keep him out of turtlenecks. There's only one man who can really do turtlenecks in wrestling right now. It's just kind of weird. I see a turtleneck and I just see Christian. Whether you love him or like him, it's just kind of that's where my mind goes. It's time for Judgment Day as they're here with Carlito to take on Braun Strowman and the LWO of Rey Mysterio and a Dragon Lee. Okay, Kat, you're in the worst place you could imagine. I gotta work here, you know? You want to be right here. Okay. JT hightails it out of the ring as he and Braun are the legal man. He hops in and tags Dom, so Braun tags in Ray. Dom tags JD back in. JD misses the right Ray with a whip, hops over. JD swings with a fist, but Ray catches him, locks the fingers, runs the rope. Runner from Ray, dropkick to JD. Ray locks the head, whips to the corner, tag to Lee. Lee trips JD, then swings in with a kick. He grabs JD and hits him with a suplex for a pin of 2. Tag to Dom, whip to Lee, kicks from Lee, rebound German. Ray in. Gets a tag. He flies with a senton to Dom. Run to Dom. Dom on the outside. Kick from Lee to JD. Ray assists Lee with a run. Ray misses a 619. Flies over the top rope. Gets caught. But here comes Lee to slide under the ring and get a hit by a horizontal Ray. Gutbuster from JD to Ray. Ray and Carlito are the legal men after the break. Both men down, crawling for a tag. JG gets a tag and prevents Ray from tagging in. JG drops in with a back suplex cover for 2. Tag from Carlito. Carlito goes for right. Ray ducks. Clothesline from Carlito. Hard whip from Carlito. He knocks Lee off the corner. Whip to Ray. Ray kicks out the corner right to Dom. To JD. Slides under Carlito. Spinning heel kick. Ray crawls for a tag. Braun wants in. Ray gets close, but JD is here. Ray kicks Dom, sends JD outside. Ray inches towards Braun, but Dom and JD pull Braun down. Carlito with the whip, shoulder to post. JD and Dom check on Carlito outside. Carlito back in, grabs Ray's boots, tag to JD. JD elbow backdrop suplex. But Ray spins and turns into a DDT. Tag to Lee, tag to Carlito. Block right to Carlito. Another whip is reversed, but Lee with a Rana to the corner goes Carlito. Lee gets sent to the apron, sends Carlito into the buckle kick to the face. Lee to the top rope. Right hand from Carlito. Carlito to the top rope. Lee up top as well. Trio for Carlito. Lee with a stomp. He pulls Carlito into a pin for 2. JG breaks it up. Ray enters to take him outside. Drop kick from Don, sending Ray off the apron. He turns, and now Liv Morgan is on the apron. Don slides out and tells Liv she needs to leave. She cannot be here. Liv pleads her case from the apron and tells Selena Vega, shoves her off. She lands on Dom. Dom catches her. Liv smiles in full mount. Then rubbing on. He catches her, and then here comes Selena and knocks them down. Liv is sitting on Dom's chest as he's laying on the ground, playing with his chest. Here comes Selena to start attacking Liv. JD and Ray break them up. Braun is on the apron. Lee tags in Braun. Braun drops off the apron and runs, and here comes the Braun train. Dom goes down first. Shady goes flying, and Carlito gets knocked sideways. He sends Carlito in the ring. Big splash in the corner. Power slam. Tag to Lee. Lee stands on the shoulders of Braun Strowman and walks over to Carlito. Hits with a big splash for a 1, 2, 3. This match went 13 minutes, 55 seconds. A mid-solid, good match. There was a lot of entertaining stuff here. You can enjoy it. It was interesting. Judgment Day having a hard day. Dom having a special day. And so we see a big win here for Braun Strowman and the LWO. Your thoughts, sir?
Like I said earlier, today was not a bad day to be Dom. Now, when Rhea gets back, it might be a bad day, but not tonight.
Anyway, we're going to be a package of the Dragon Ilya Dragunov before his match tonight with Bron Breakker. Backstage, Io Sky is with Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane, and she pretty much flips out, starts screaming, pulling her hair, telling Dakota and Kairi damage control has to change. Walks off screaming while the two of them sit there staring at each other like, what the is going on?
What are we going to do?
Sammy comes out to cut a promo about what he's going to do after he beats Gable, but Chad Gable comes out with the Alpha Academy to cut him off. He says, typical Sammy trying to make himself the hero, but he is the hero. He is in his academies. He is his academy's hero, and he will triumph when he takes his title this Saturday. Sammy wonders if Gable really thinks his team is happy. Do they look happy? They don't. Sammy asks Cesaro if he's happy. If his magazine happy? Gable stares them all down before they can answer. Gable doesn't care, but these people do, and they won't be happy until they leave Gable's sorry behind once and for all. Gable says Sammy doesn't understand that they are family, and families stick together no matter what. He will unleash his version of Otis onto Sammy, the version that obeys, the most brutal and ruthless version. He's unleashing him now, and we get Sammy versus Otis one-on-one. We go to break. We come back to bell rings. Otis corners Sammy quickly, hits a right, then a big splash while Gable barks orders, tells Sammy to hit and tells him to hit another big splash on Sammy. He does. Gable wants another. Gable hops up on the apron and tells Otis to do it again. Stick to the plan. Yeah, idiot. Otis turns, gets hit with a hula kick. This match went 1 minute, 21 seconds. Sami Zayn gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Gable, and more after the match was the important key than the match itself. After the match, Gable attacks. He tells Otis to get away, and then picks up Sammy. Sammy stares at Otis. Otis raises his fist. He backs up. Gable tosses Sammy aside, then gets in Otis's face. So Gable had set up Sammy for Otis to hit. Otis refused to hit him, so Gable threw Sammy back down to the ground. After beating him down, he gets in Otis's face. He shoves Otis. He slaps Otis hard across the face once. Sammy is getting up in the corner. He slaps Otis again, and this triggers Otis. He starts shaking. Gable looks like he's afraid of what Otis is going to do, and then Sammy is behind Gable in the corner, and Otis goes charging. Gable ducks out of the way. Otis continues through and hits Sammy with a major clothesline and drops him. Otis is seething. Otis then corners Gable. Gable drops to his back in the corner begging for mercy. Otis raises his fist and then pulls himself away and leaves the ring. Chad Gable leaves smiling. A lot of interesting things going on here. Otis attacking Sammy again, looking like he was going to turn on Gable again. I don't know where the storyline's going, but Gable's slapping the snot out of Otis twice. We thought something big was going to go down, but not yet.
Yeah, when they decide to pull the trigger, by the same token, you do have that harsh coach mentality where it's like, he's doing it for his benefit.
Well, the commentary table was bringing up the Stockholm syndrome. Or you fall in love with your capture, or that's a lot of what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Backstage, The Miz is continuing to look for the truth. The truth comes out of a door saying he was seeing a fortune teller and that they have a title defense tonight. Truth says the fortune teller told him it was his destiny, and tonight they are fighting the APA. Truth tells Miz not to be scared. Miz looks very confused. Miz says fortune telling isn't real. He turns, and here comes Scarlett Bordeaux. She comes out and hands Miz a tarot card, the tarot card of death, and says they have a match with AOP, and looking forward to seeing both in the ring. So, Awesome Truth to take on the AOP tonight. From there, we get a tag team match. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn will take on Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. Dawn starts it by attacking a knee that was hurt by Baszler, who wrestled last night at NXT Battleground in the NXT Underground match against Lola. I can't think of the last name. Lola Vice. So she had already had some issues with her knee. So that's what Dawn started with. Alba distracted and Dawn corner start. Hip attack, tag to Fry. Big kick and a cover for 2. Zoe with a roll up for 2. Big clothesline back several with a moonsault from Fry and a cover for 2. Shayna drags Fry out of the ring. Tag from Zoe and Shayna sends Fry into the steps. Shayna pulls up on the arm. But I was there to attack Shayna, only for Shayna to turn it and send her to the apron. Roll up from Fry in the ring for 2. Backbreaker from Shayna. She then steps on the elbow of the arm and knee to Fry. Clutch the clutch from behind. Fry is fading, and we get a win. 1, 2, 3. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark's going to win here at 2 minutes 34 seconds. The women's tag team champions were sitting ringside. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were both sitting out there watching this match. As we know, there's a triple threat match at Clash of the Castle between all 3 of these tag teams. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Coming up this Saturday, 11 a.m. start time, so it's going to be a real interesting start time trying to watch this and do everything else that we have to do today. Your thoughts on this match?
Man, Shayna needed this win after her loss last night, so I was just like, thank you.
Anyways, from there,
I still see the champions retaining at Clash, but hey,
we shall see. From there, we got Ilya Dragunov versus Bron Breakker, and what a match these two did bring it. I think it's a good, solid match for 2 upcoming stars here. Bron tries for a quick beatdown, but Ilya kicks one time to create separation. Some chops keep Bron at bay until he does a leg takedown and pounds down on Ilya. Ilya up, big chop, another chop, so hard it hurts him. Ilya with a chop in the corner, another over and over as Bron tries to protect himself. Chop from Ilya, boot scrape, another kick, hits the ropes, but Bron sends him into the ropes neck first. We got a commercial break as we come back. Both men collide in the middle of the ring. Constantine special, big knee in the corner, big slam, Dragunov to the second rope, knee off to the second. He waits for Bron to stand, lock up from behind, German, another German. He goes for a third, but Bron tries to break it, but Ilya still hits a beautiful third. German suplex with a bridge for a pin for 2. Back body drop from Bron. Goozle, he presses Ilya up. Ilya slips behind a big kick to the dome. Ilya with fireman's carry gets him up. It's a struggle. Death Valley driver into the corner. Ilya to the top rope, coast to coast to Bron, which we haven't seen a coast to coast in a really long time. This is impressive. He rolls Bron away, heads up to the top rope. Ilya dives, and with a massive, this man caught so much air on this senton. I don't know how he didn't hurt himself coming down, but it only got a 2. Ilya lifts up by the gut. Bron tries to stuff the move. Ilya elbows the back. He hits the ropes from one side. Another big lariat from Bron. Bron up in the corner, calls for a big spear, but runs into a knee. H-bomb. Ilya doesn't cover right away, allowing Bron to roll under ropes and out of the ring. Ilya rolls outside. Big boot to Bron. He clears to the announce table. Ilya breaks the count. Come back to Bron, lifts him up onto the table, and then goes for a suplex, but Bron blocks it. He lifts him up and drops Ilya on the edge of the announce table. Ribs, basically dropping him on his ribs on the edge of the announce table. Bron breaks the count. He comes back to Ilya and drops him in his stomach first onto the barricade. Working over the ribs is basically the point here. Bron lifts him up, bashes Ilya again against the ring post. Bron rolls Ilya in the ring. Ilya with a right hand, a left, a right. Bron hits the rope, spear. Ilya rolls out of the ring, but Bron to the outside. Another massive spear back in the ring. Another spear. 3 spears from Bron Breakker for the 1, 2, 3. This match went 16 minutes, 2 seconds. This was a great match. It really shined here. Ilya taking a loss kind of sucks, but he looked good in the loss because it took 3 spears from Bron Breakker to put him down. So, took a lot there.
Plus all that body work on his ribs throughout the match.
No, they did at the end, especially at the end of dropping across that announce table and the barricade. That was directly on the ribs. So, I mean, definitely set up for that. Anything you want to say about the match before we go into the whole aftermath?
I don't know. See, I don't know how I felt about the match because, like, at the beginning, I'm like, you're trying to build both guys. So I'm like, a loss, might make the guy who loses look a little weaker. It's like but ultimately, I think they chose the right guy.
No,
I think Bron Breakker is.
Yeah, and I think they protected. Now. I think they protected Ilya good enough. I mean, it took 3 spears, so I mean, it took a lot to take the little dragon down. I mean, it was there was a lot there, and it was, dropping him on the announce table on the ribs and the barricade on the ribs. Bron was really working to get to that point, and then hitting 3 straight spears. There's not a lot of people who are going to get up from that. So, I mean, I don't think it hit early Ilya Dragunov, but I don't know what they're doing with Ilya Dragunov. He's an interesting, weird place, so we're going to have to see what they do with him.
And he's always in a weird place until they find an exact, like, if they can put a title on him or something. Because even in NXT, he was kind of in odd spots sometimes.
Yes. We see Ilya now pulling himself up near the barricade, near the timekeeper area. Bron notices him, leaves the ring, looks like he's going to hit him with another spear, and out of freaking nowhere, Ricochet flies from the crowd like a fucking hero, yes, definitely, and takes out a Bron Breakker there. And then they eventually fight around, and more about that. Anyways, backstage, the guys in Judgment Day are all arguing about the card, each holding it up, saying it's evil. Another funny segment. We see Finn Balor take the key at the end of it all. I don't know. The key and Liv and Dom is good, but pulling Judgment Day and the magic key, the bad key, the devil key, the evil key, this key, that key, I don't know. They really ran this into the ground tonight. And some of it makes JD and Finn Balor look stupid. I'm just like, I want to see a serious Finn Balor, more than the comedy Balor that we're getting here, running around talking about a key. When you're talking about Finn Balor, JD, and Carlito running around, you're just like, yeah, no.
I understand your argument. I just think this is his role for the time being.
No,
until they decide to change up Judgment Day.
I understand that.
If not disband.
Yeah, I hope it gets to a disbanding point here soon, because it's starting to get on my nerves where it's just like, okay, there's so much more to Balor than there is here, and this is not helping him.
For sure.
Anyways, after that, we head to the backstage area. Sheamus tries to hype up Drew McIntyre. They're going to share some pints come Saturday. As for that Muppet Kaiser, he'll be winning the money in the Sheamus is going to be winning the Money in the Bank. Drew says, well, if Sheamus is a real man, then he'll let him know when he's going to cash in. Yeah, Sheamus says if he does decide to cash in, it'll be, and they both said, banger after banger after banger. So, anyways, after this, we get the World Tag Team Championship match, the Awesome Truth versus the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain beat the Butts just before we break. We come back to Truth getting ready to hit the 5-knuckle shuffle on Akam. Razor comes in and gets sent right back out, and Miz and Truth are trying for 10-knuckle shuffle, but Cross is there to pull Miz and Truth out of the ring. Out of nowhere goes Kofi, Kingston, and Woods to attack Cross. Razor goes to help out, allowing R-Truth to sneak in. R-Truth hits Razor with the title, doesn't phase him. He turns... he hits Akam. Akam no-sells it. He turns to go after Truth, and Miz rolls him over for a schoolboy and gets to 1, 2, 3. This match went 5 minutes, 36 seconds. And please get the titles off Miz and Truth at this point. I mean, this was bad. If we're going to build Authors of Pain to be something serious, I don't need them to get rolled up and wind up like a turtle on their back. I mean, just because their names are Akam and Razor and they feel like they're coming out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, I still don't need them to be looking like clowns. I want AOP to look serious. And when you do something like this, where they kind of just... The Miz rolled him on his back and he couldn't get off his back. Like, the Miz, it didn't even have any weight on him. It looked bad visually. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Can we get these tag team titles on somebody that can at least, can we get the Creed brothers, the Authors of Pain, any of these tag teams that are there that feel like tag teams to carry these titles? I get the Miz and Truth. It's been fun, but it's kind of like, I'm done with the same running joke that Truth is going to go around, get them put in a tag team match that Miz doesn't want to be in. It's just like, okay, you can only run this stick so long before it's just like, all right, yeah. And then when you do AOP like that.
I saw the end of this match and I knew you were going to hate it. I was like, oh, damn, we're going to hear about this tonight.
Well, just the way they pinned Akam, it was just bad. It looked bad. It's just like, you can have Truth and Miz win in some way, but do you really need to make AOP look like jokes again? I thought you guys brought him back to put him in this new Final Testament. I thought you were trying to give me something serious with these guys. You have them on Raw now. There isn't, there's a spot for them to shine. Let's build them up to something serious.
The sad part is, it's our boy who's running the shit, and it's still not happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
It's hit and misses all over tonight's card, especially. There was some misses, and then there was some great hits. I mean, you had Ilion on Dragunov, Bron Breakker, great hit. What happened to Ricochet tonight? Great hit. This was a total swing and a miss. I mean, Triple H swung the bat so hard that it probably slipped out of his hands, and he still missed the ball. It was sad. This was sad. This was a miss. Anyways, we go back. Ricochet is helping Ilion Dragunov walk when from out of nowhere, Bron spears Ilion into hell. Yeah, pretty much. He attacks Ricochet to the outside, sending him back first into a big rig, and then hits his right hands into a car. He then lawn darts Ricochet into the truck, the broadcast truck, all Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio, WCW, except I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio did it better. Maybe it was because Kevin Nash. Well, maybe because Kevin Nash was a little taller and Rey Mysterio was pretty much a little kid at that time, so it was a lot easier to just lawn dart him. It wasn't horrible, but it was just like
I thought the same thing.
It wasn't horrible, but I mean, you knew exactly what they did it for, and I've been saying there's other people who should be doing this. Not here. I mean, I get why they did it, but it just wasn't as good as it should have been. And then the follow-up, though. Ricochet takes he takes a bump like a champ. Bron's not done. He walks up some steps and power slams, a running power slam, all a British Bulldog-esque. Ricochet upside down into not the hood of a car, but the window. I mean, Ricochet went crashing mostly into the windshield of the car, not really the hood. Staff came out and yelled. Anyways, this is pretty much your goodbye to Ricochet. They just wrote Ricochet off of TV, and that's how they did it. Bron Breakker looking good here. I mean, why aren't they doing this with the Bloodline? It's like, what? This is, I mean, I get why you're doing it with Bron Breakker, but this is stuff the Bloodline should be doing. I mean, Tony, this is notes you should be taking from what the Elite are doing, or at least the House of Black. I mean, these are things where other people I see doing this. I get why they're doing it with Bron Breakker, but it's like, if you're doing this with him, why is the Bloodline looking over here looking like chumps when they should be doing this type of shit? They should be taking over the show and all types of stuff. But anyways, Ricochet, you can say goodbye. That's what you saw tonight, Ricochet being written off WWTV.
Yep. There's really not much to add.
Yeah.
I guess now it's time for your main event of the evening.
Yeah, it's time for the main event of the evening. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor. If Drew McIntyre wins in Judgment Day, he will not be at ringside. Supposedly, at least this is what Damian Priest is going to be said. If Finn Balor wins in Judgment Day, he gets to be there head, front, and center. Let me see if there's an update, or either that or our writers are just behind in writing here. Okay, cool. We got an update. Anyways, Balor with a side headlock tries for a takedown, gets it with some momentum. Drew backs Finn into the ropes. Drew with the tackle. Drew misses a corner shot. Finn kick, side headlock, runs the corner. Drew drops him on the apron. Finn releases. Drew hits a clothesline. Big chop to Finn on the outside. Finn grabs the arm and sends it into the post of Drew. He turns Drew and hits a chop on the shoulder. Right hand sends Drew back into the ring. Finn attacks the left arm. Finn to the outside, trips Drew up, then stomps on his back over and over again from the apron. Finn runs for a punt kick. Drew catches his foot and swings Finn face first into the mat. Drew pulls Finn off the apron by the head and locks up belly to Finn. Finn flies over the table. We go to commercial break back. Drew chops Finn hard, whip to the ropes. Finn with the side Russian cover for two. Finn chops Drew in the corner, attacks the midsection, then wraps his right arm around the ropes and pulls another right hand. Finn chops Drew and Drew is pissed. Another chop. Drew walks out of the corner. Finn kicks. The whip is stopped. Drew sends Finn to the ropes, misses a right, but catches Finn only to be dropped with an elbow to the chest. Cover for Drew. Armbar from Finn. Drew is up. Neckbreaker. Kip up by Drew. Drew calls for a Claymore, but Balor hits a sling blade. Drew to the outside. Finn hits the ropes and dives over onto Drew. Finn sends Drew into the ring. Finn to the corner. Shotgun dropkick to Drew. Another dropkick from Finn. Finn to the top rope. Headbutt from Drew. Suplex by Drew. Cover for 2. Damian Priest comes down. Carlito's on the apron. Drew headbutts him. Claymore to JD, who comes in out of nowhere. Drew sends him outside. Finn rolls Drew up for a 2. No. Sling blade. Finn hits the corner. Shotgun drop kick. Finn to the top rope. Coup de no. Drew is up. Hits a Claymore. 1, 2, 3. This match went 12 minutes, 56 seconds. Drew McIntyre is your winner. Judgment Day is not going to be loud at ringside, at least at this time, or at least what we're going to be told. Big win for Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest stare each other down at the end of the show. Finn Balor taking another loss sucks, but it is what it is. Solid match here. Go ahead.
If this doesn't telegraph what's going to happen at Clash at the Castle, you're practically telling us CM Punk is going to get involved at some point here. Because they can't do anything.
Yeah, if Judgment Day's not going to be there, this is the perfect time for CM Punk to be there. Maybe CM Punk will pull the Goldberg thing. Maybe he'll have a ticket and sit in the audience and then get involved when the timing's right. I don't know. This is where they need to have CM Punk show up and cost Drew McIntyre this match.
Absolutely.
And continue the feud. And that's what we're going to see. But yeah, Raw was, highs and lows, some good stuff, some bad stuff. Again, it's some hit and misses. It was a go home show. We'll have to see how they wrap up the package and put the bow on Friday, since Friday will be in Scotland. So we'll be here live after that show's over to give you a full breakdown on that and all the details on that. And then Saturday, Clash at Your Castle. We will be watching that somewhere, somehow, sometime. But then again, the rest of half of us, or 2/3 of us here at the Value Wrestling, have to be at a show at 3 p.m. where we're going to be at the Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling event in Lodi, California. So if you're anywhere in the California area, Nevada, Oregon, wherever, I don't care. If you can get here, get here. It's going to be worth it. Drive. Make a day. Make an adventure. Make a day trip out of it. This Saturday, June 15th, you have Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling Summer Heat event. It's going to be awesome. Gangrel, Ricochet are going to be there. Why would you want to miss it? I don't know. Come out and see it. If you want to come out a day early, Ricochet's going to be signing autographs. You can go on to ROWCW.com, ROWCW.com. Buy tickets to the show. You can also buy tickets to do a meet and greet with Rikishi, where you will get a signed, you will get an autograph poster. You'll get the ability to have 2 items signed by Rikishi, and you'll get a photo with Rikishi. All for $25. That is a damn good deal. So if you haven't heard about that, go check out ROWCW.com. You can buy tickets to the Summer Heat show. Tickets are $25 for adults, $15 for kids 6 to 12. Kids 5 and under are free. But you can buy tickets there. You can buy tickets to the Rikishi event on Friday. All the detailed information are there. Again, it's ROWCW.com. ROWCW.com. Yeah, if you're going to be in the area, I say make it a day, make it an event, make it a special trip, make it a 2-day event, make it a weekend special. Be there, because you're going to see us. And it looks like Marty Richards is going to show up because, well, Miguel Z just keeps asking, just keeps pushing the button, keeps pushing the button. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's about time to wrap this up, put a pretty bow on it. There's not much more for us to say or talk about. It was Raw. It was the June 10th show, 2024. We'll be back tomorrow with your New Japan Pro Wrestling Rebound podcast. Miguel Z is going to do that for you. He's going to bring you a great show, going to educate you on everything that happened in Super Junior weights, more details on the Hikuleo thing, Evil versus Jon Moxley. Find out the fallout of all that tomorrow on your New Japan Pro Wrestling Rebound podcast. Dynamite review show on Wednesday. Thursdays, we have a special show that's yet to be announced. Shayna Abbott will be doing something for Thursdays. And then Fridays will be your SmackDown review. And then Saturdays, catching up with, which talks about Ring of Honor, TNA, NWA Power, and NXT. So catch that show every Saturday. Saturday, we'll also be doing lots of live feeds. We'll probably have a live commentary feed of the Realm of Warriors Championship Wrestling Summer Heat event. We're going to do interviews. We're going to do commentary. We're going to talk with fans. So there may be a lot of videos coming out Saturday. So be ready for that. And, of course, Sunday, we're always back with what will be now catching up the weekend preview. Will come out on Sundays. And then, of course, we're always here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with your weekly roundup podcast, where we round up the complete week of professional wrestling. This week, you want to be there because we're going to break down everything that happened at Clash in the Castle on Sunday night, and we'll talk about everything that went down at the Ring of Warriors Championship Wrestling Summer Heat event. Me and Mr. Miguel C will have a lot to talk about, a lot of excitement things. We got stickers to give away, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be giving away stickers. Come out to the event. Get your Value Wrestling sticker. Anything else, sir, before we say adieu, farewell, Zilazang, aloha.
I think you got it covered.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here. We thank you for seeing us. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you'll find all new content, all new videos. Whenever we go live, you'll be alerted. Make sure you give us the bill thumbs up because it helps us out in the algorithm. Make sure if you're brand new here, you hit that subscribe button. We are only 25 away from 500. 500, ladies and gentlemen. And once we hit that 500 mark, so a lot of great things are going to start coming together. And then, of course, we're going to make that major march to the 1,000. And I can't wait to see when we hit 1,000 because Mr. Clarke's going to bring you his Nana a dance, and Mr. Z is going to do a shoey live on air. That's all going to happen live on air for y'all. It's going to be live when we hit 1,000. So be ready for that. And maybe when we hit 1,000, Marty Richards and Mr. Paulus Clarke will have to interact in some live presentation because they have yet to interact. Actually, you know that they've interacted in maybe Twitter and other aspects, but they haven't actually interacted face to face in some type of live. So we could see that. Of course, I'm still wanting to see Marty Richards and Jane AI Bot have a show together. That would be one of the most interesting shows because you have two different personalities with two different directions and two different ways of looking at things. So maybe one day that can all happen. But you can help do that by hitting that subscribe button and joining the Value Wrestling family. But until the next one, we will see you on the flip side.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on